Just record. So here you go. I guess I was thinking about it this morning as I was getting ready, and um, when I was 3, I guess we lived in Pennsylvania, and in the back of our house at Lansdowne, where we were living in Pennsylvania, I think that's where we were living. There was a pool, and we had a jump, diving board, and all that fun stuff. And I remember that my dad loved that pool. He absolutely loved it, and he used to, he would sit there and literally sit on the back of the board backwards and just flop in and do crazy jumps like that. And I remember one day sneaking out into the back when nobody was paying any attention, and to look at the pool, because when you're a kid, the water's really pretty to look at. Anyway, I was staring at the water, and a dragonfly, a really fat belly dragonfly, flew directly into my view. Like it descended. And so when you're a kid, your understanding of depth and that sort of depth perception is a little bit skewed. So when this thing descended, it looked like it was 20 feet, big, like it was the full size of the pool. And I panicked and I backed up. Well, I backed up and fell into the pool, and I sank like a rock. And I don't really know why that's the case, but I sank like a rock. And I had this peace about myself. I was like, oh, I gotta find the exit. And so I looked around and I saw the stairs, and I walked to the stairs, and I got up and out. And right at that moment, as I started to walk out of the water, my dad scooped me up. He was paying attention and rushed out as fast as he could. He was upstairs and he saw what happened. Anyway, he scooped me up out of the water, and I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I could have died. And it wasn't until he had me in his arms and I knew I was safe that I really freaked out. but I remember that moment, and remember him being there to save me. I remember when, I guess 4 or 5 years old, we had already moved to North Carolina, where I pretty much grew up, and Nathan and Bethany and I want to say Bethany was still a baby, or I guess mom was looking after her. Anyway, Dad took us to the circus. I don't really remember what if it was sorry for bouncing you around. I don't remember if it was a if it was the circus, or if it was just a circus section of a theme park or something. When you're a kid, you just don't really remember these things. But I remember that the show, they asked for some volunteers, and my dad volunteered with me because I had volunteered, and another couple, father-son team had volunteered, and it was to be blasted out of a cannon. And I thought that was really cool. So they brought us backstage. They continued with their show while they got myself dressed. They put a coat on my dad and a coat on me that they zipped up, and a helmet on me. And they did the same coat and helmet with the other father-son team. And so they presented themselves in front of everybody, the other father-son team. He got lowered into the cannon, which was more of a slide. He just slid out the back and nobody in the audience could see. And meanwhile, my dad and I ran to the back of the audience, all the way out behind the crowd. And when they fired the blast, it just made a big sound, and a little puff of smoke popped out. My dad acted like he had caught me in the back of the audience and ran me back up to the front, and we presented ourselves as if we were the original father-son combination. I remember that. It was really, really fun. And Nathan and I, we got our faces painted, and they had our picture taken and put on these cups that got, I think we accidentally washed them in the dishwasher or something. They got wrecked, but I remember it was a good time with my dad. And then I'm trying to think of other moments, like him teaching us how to throw a ball or to ride our bikes. He didn't like to spend a lot of time outside. He didn't like spending time with in front of other people and stuff. He was a very private man. But to us kids, he would do anything. I mean, he really went above and beyond. And he's always been our biggest supporter and our biggest, counselor, our sagest of counselors. He was always so full of wisdom and easy perspective. And I miss that. But my friend that I was discussing this with, she had mentioned that I should try and capture these memories so I don't forget them. And then when I'm missing him, just go back and revisit these moments of memories. So future me, it's okay. You'll get through it. It's tough. But, we got more life in the time that we had with him than a lot of people do with their fathers. So chin up. We'll be okay.